Hello, Internet! This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9002, and I am your host, SneakyDevil. Tonight we are joined by Nosehair, Atin, and Cruel Rune. What the fuck was that sound?
Ask you questions you don't want to answer.
It just sounded like a cow just like halfway through dying. Just came through your mic.
That's what it was.
Why do you have a half-dead cow in your apartment?
That's for cooking steaks later.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's exactly how that works.
If you want it fresh, you gotta get your hands dirty, dude.
Alright, so let's see what we shall read today.
Spin the wheel of pain.
Wheel
of fortune. So, just a side note, I've been tearing through the Dresden Files again.
Oh, yeah?
Because, you know what? It's been like 4 years since I read any of them, so I thought I'd give it a little bit of a run through.
Yep.
And I realized something. I was like, oh yeah, the dumbasses who write Harry Dresden and Harry Potter seem to forget a really important point, which is the two magic communities super incompatible.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 1000%. Yeah, no.
When does that stop? When does that stop fanfiction writers?
Oh no, I know it hasn't ever stopped any of them. I'm just saying, like, it's because like, oh, you used magic in front of the Muggles. Some people show up, they get mad at you. Maybe you get a little bit of a slap on the wrist, right?
Yeah, let's do this one.
Or like, oh, you know what? You used a love potion on the mortal. Come on, that's not cool, man. Meanwhile, the White Council is like, oh, that's a beheading.
Oh no.
Alright,
that's a paddling. That's a paddling.
So, I mean, the only thing I can think of more incompatible is when people try to write Harry Potter Fate Stay Night.
Ah, yes.
I mean, yes, incompatible, but for a completely separate set of reasons.
Well, I mean, also, you gotta keep in mind, the clock tower exists. Right next to Diagon Alley.
Oh, hell yeah, dude, it's literally right there.
Although, I was gonna say, I don't know that the clock tower ever got super involved in what anyone else did, other than teaching people magic and saying,
They were one of the main three powers of the world. They straight out would just kidnap people if they thought they could get away with it. Which they did.
And they were like, hey, this dude's got a pretty strong thing.
Yeah, they were the
material.
Honestly, they were the strongest power in the world because the other two were reclusive.
Yep. Technically, the church was also pretty fucking.
Yeah, but the church really didn't get involved in too much beyond having their burial agency occasionally kill.
Yeah, plus, basically, like if the clock tower put a sealing designation on you, you're fucked. You're just instantly fucked. There's nothing you can do.
Alright, so let us begin today with a Ruby Bloodborne thing.
That's not how you spell sonnet.
Oh, I know. And as a casual reminder, once again, to everyone here, as per the Twitch guidelines, you should not at any point contact the authors of these fanfictions that we feature here. Now, speaking of the author I contacted in the fanfiction I featured here...
God damn it, Steve! Reminder never to ever take anything
No, you see, it's okay if I do it because I'm one person. That's not harassment if I send them a single message. That's non-inflammatory.
What did you send them?
I asked them if they wanted to come on.
Sneaky. Oh, well, hey, that's actually not inflammatory.
That's fine. That's nice.
I was going to say, I do want to point out that your standards of non-inflammatory and a reasonable person's standards of non-inflammatory are highly separate things.
Oh no, there's like, if you were to make a Venn diagram, it wouldn't even fucking interest.
Fuck both of you.
Yeah, that's true.
No, there's the Venn diagram, in the middle, and then way out on the left, like 40 feet away from the Venn diagram, you have Hitler, and then you have Sneaky.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
They did say though that they were interested in coming on, but they did not know if they would have the time to because they do in fact have a job in college.
Oh my god, that is so cool. Imagine having a job.
Imagine having a job. That'd be great.
I would just say, remember, D&D lets you fantasize about completely unrealistic things like being debt-free, traveling the world, having friendships, having a job,
owning property.
Oh hell yeah! Why do you think I play Final Fantasy? I own a mansion in the thing. I know I'm never going to be able to afford one in real life.
Well, that and you can jump 50 feet in the air and stab dragons in the eye.
And also
That
you
too.
played a one-winged angel, but you know.
We sadly can't do that in 14.
Hitler was not.
Wait,
on the left.
Sephiroth isn't in the
No,
game yet?
Hitler was on
They
the
plan
left.
to put him into the Eden raids. We
Hitler
have
I was gonna
was
say-
pretty left.
Oh, you know what they're probably going to do? They're probably going to wait until the
7 releases, yeah, no.
yeah, and then it's going to be like, hey, secret boss.
No,
Calvin,
there's
they
nothing
socialized
secret about
quite a
them.
bit.
Like, when they put
they
Kefka out there, like,
socialized
yo,
quite a bit.
everybody, come kick Kefka's shit
Oh,
in if you can.
Although, if you really want to fight like the actual version of Kefka, you have to like do the savage version of the raid, which is actually bonkers hard.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, they didn't make it any kind of secret, like, hey, you want to come kick Kefka in the dick again? You can do
Imagine
that.
thinking a guy who nationalized multiple industries isn't a socialist.
What? How did we get on this?
I was actually interacting with my audience instead of talking about Final Gay.
Holy shit, dude! Like that's like
That's pretty epic.
yeah, dude.
You make
That's
it
a-
sound like the audience ever says anything worthwhile.
Anyway, so this
Well-
is grave.
Come on, you can do it.
Say-
Grave tenders, so neat.
Yes. Not, unfortunately, not as good as the Grave Tender's yeet.
Hello, police.
Honestly, I was really hoping for Grave Tendies yeet.
The Great Tenders, he just fucking chucks the Chosen Undead out. Bye bye.
See, now all I can think of is Dompe from Ocarina of Time just yeeting Link the fuck out when you lose the race.
Exactly. The hunter now tends to the graves of long dead hunters in respect to the hunters that came before. However, the dream found itself into the waking world, unsure what it causes to happen. The good hunter, along with the calls out to investigate, only finds something different.
I still
There's
hate that
not a
I still hate that
single-
is a word.
Yeet!
Yeah.
The fact that you hate it means we're definitely going to continue using it.
I know,
You're
and
given
it
power
angers
by your
me.
vitriol.
I mean, that's why I scream every single time I play Dota with Lion whenever I finger someone. Yeet!
The question is, do you
I don't
dab while
mind
you
its
do it?
I don't mind its use.
Oh, I
I'm
absolutely
angry at the
dab
fact
after.
that it just exists.
This
The
bitch
sky.
is
Was red.
Oh, what's
That was the first thing that I noticed when I opened the blinds in my chambers. I remember very clearly that the sky in the dream was murky blue most of the time, a sight I had grown used both as hunter of beasts and since I had taken Gurman's place as the keeper of the hunter's dream.
It's not Gurman, it's German.
Gurman?
It's German. It's German
It's-
pronouncing.
No, like the spelling.
Everyone.
Yeah,
But
it's
he's still
G-H-R.
German.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no over here it's Gher. It's German.
No, but it's pronounced Kerman.
They didn't even get his name right, like Jesus Christ.
No,
Like,
see,
if you-
how
Look,
you- it's
let's
like
get
this-
the...
This is how you properly pronounce German words. You have to imagine like you're choking on a dick as you say them.
Is that why the Germans are so good at sucking dick?
Exactly.
they are.
I still think my favorite part about German is they're like, when we need a new word, we're just gonna smash a bunch of the old words together.
Yep.
Like, fuck coming up with a new one. Just slap that shit together with duct tape.
Dude, okay, so they had like this gigantic fucking word for basically a double clutch. And I was just like, you could have just used double clutch. But no, they go into detail to describe what the fuck it is. They're like, auto word this something.
Oh
to
yeah,
put in there. I'm
no.
just like, what the
Germany
fuck?
and France both have branches of the government dedicated solely to translating English words into German and in French.
No. The French are way worse about it, though, man.
Oh, I know.
Yes,
The
yeah.
French are worse
Like-
about everything. They're literally just awful.
Like,
It's kind
the
of their
Germans
thing.
do it because they're just trying to preserve, like, they're just trying to make it easier for Germans. The French do it because they violently hate everyone that isn't French.
Yeah, this is also.
They also hate any sort of Anglo people and also the English.
Which is funny, because they're the reason we exist.
Good.
Yes, this is true. A shiver runs down my spine when I think of the monstrosity that I faced shortly after, but I'm still surprised that I was able to defeat it.
There's no coma there.
Nope.
No, it's not even that. It's if you don't collect the umbilical cords and you kill Gurman, you just become Gurman.
You become the
Yeah.
next German.
And if you do get the umbilical cords, you become the next moon presence.
Yeah.
So the author here is saying that his plot was that he got the umbilical cords, killed Gurman, killed the moon presence, but then became Gurman.
Yeah.
We actually
Hmm.
okay. Hold on a minute. Hold on. We don't actually know if you become German. Like we don't know.
No, it
if you
doesn't
become-
matter if you.
You don't
not saying
literally
No,
turn
no,
into
moron.
Gurman. You
No,
just
as
get
in-
crippled
no,
and you, have
You
to
take
sit
his
there.
place.
There's a lot of contention that could go around about like the Bloodborne endings. Like we don't know if it's like a dream or something else. And for the Moon Presence ending, we don't even know what you've become other than just like
an
one
old
of
one.
the other,
That's what you
an
become.
old one.
Yeah,
But
you
we
become
don't
an
know-
infant old one. We know
But we
already it's an infant old one.
Yeah, but we don't know your influence. Like we don't know if you're like an actual Moon Presence at full power or if you're just like a baby Moon one. Like,
No, you're an infant. Jesus fucking
That's
Christ.
what it is.
Oh
You
my
are
God.
a nascent god. It's
Also,
really not
yeah,
complicated.
you see, you have to be very pro-life to, pro-choice to play Bloodborne because you do have to collect aborted fetus umbilical cord.
Hell yeah.
That's not how that works.
That's actually exactly.
Yeah,
how it
he's kind of right. It is
Wasn't
how
that
it works.
wasn't the Naruto's kid's name Aborto?
abort.
No, that can't be it because think about it. All you have to do is
Abort.
Rasengan, and that problem is solved.
Oh, he's lost.
God fucking damn it.
Look at how they've massacred my boy.
Look what they've done to my boy.
Every time I look at Little Mac in Smash, look how they massacred my boy.
You mean perfect representation of a white guy.
Can't jump.
One
Can't
moment
recover.
I'm ordering pizza, and the next I'll correct your guys' lore raping. Excuse me, we don't rape here at all. We don't appreciate such accusations.
Isley's gonna correct Bloodborne lore. Go ahead, Isley, tell us.
Yeah, we'll just sit here and continue reading. But still, the shade
Who
of
do
the
you?
sky.
No. Hold on a minute. Who do you think you are, Vatyavidya? I don't listen to anybody. I don't listen to anybody tell me about FromSoft lore unless they have a British accent.
Vati analysis.
But still, the shade of the sky did not mean that there was nothing to do.
What?
What?
Oh, I think they're dumb. They're trying to say that the blue sky means there wasn't anything to do, or rather, that just because the sky was blue didn't mean there wasn't anything to do.
What?
Sky is red, blood moon. Lots of work to do.
Problem. Yeah.
Okay, so they're just really bad at... Okay, no, got it.
Yes.
To keep myself from going insane, I had taken up the near impossible task of marking down every hunter that had passed through the dream, the ones before and the ones after, onto their own tombstones.
No, that's literally impossible. Like, a good 3/4 of them would have left no record.
The
Like,
task itself
The
almost
only
drove
ones
me
that we
mad.
know about are the ones who were super badass, even for hunters.
Yeah.
Because they got, like, their own weapons or their own ring or whatever.
Yeah, because most people just have like fucking generic shit. Like, imagine like 100 of them just going into sock levers and stuff.
And that's what they did. That's why the Hunter's Workshop existed.
Pineapple pizza is surely the best form of pizza. Isley, you are excellent.
Glad to know that Isley's degenerate even when it comes to pizza.
I see.
How do you put a gyro on a... Calvin, you know that's a sandwich, right? A pizza topping cannot, in fact, be a sandwich.
Wait, what? What the hell is Calvin talking about?
A very good question because
Calvin is... I don't even know what Calvin is talking about anymore. He's talking about putting sandwiches as toppings on pizza.
What? That's not how that works?
Blah, blah, blah. I almost went insane from trying to do this. Blah, blah, blah. Fortunately, the doll was still here. Blah, blah. After I freed Maria from the nightmare, the doll changed emotionally and physically as she turned into Maria with the memories of Maria.
I never played the DLC. Don't know if that's accurate.
Oh,
no,
she doesn't. Well, she doesn't turn into Maria, but
she gets some like she just feels like, hey, something happened. The same thing as when you kill the final boss. Gurman is finally like at peace, kind of.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Truly, Maria was the greatest hunter after Gearman.
I mean.
Yes, Gearman, the greatest of hunters.
Gearman.
Gearman.
I came in at
time. You came in at the right time.
Okay, listen. I thought he made that up, but then I checked the script. Fucking hell.
Yeah, no, it's real. Gearman.
Gearman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like a villain in the JoJo series.
No, man, that's a Mega Man villain, like Calvin's saying.
Yeah.
That's not a JoJo villain. If it was a JoJo villain, it'd be very.
Well, listen, guys.
Max,
you can just
say
that.
Yes.
His name will be something like Gear to You or something like that. Like, that'd be his stance name.
Gear to
You.
Her mastery of the blade was staggering, and blah, blah, blah. Maria was amazing. Blah, blah, blah. She was so amazing.
Are you going to say something, Max?
Blah, 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 blah.
I was going to say, if it was a JoJo character, it'd be Gear Zeppeli or some shit.
Gear Zeppeli.
Gear Zeppeli.
I was gonna say you gotta find a. Well, I was gonna say you gotta go find a musical album that'll work with that.
No, like a character, not a stand, a character.
No, there is actually a character named Zeppeli.
Yeah.
There are two named Zeppeli.
Yeah, I mean it's
both for good boys. They deserve better.
I mean, there was technically the third in the reimagined.
They were both indeed good boys.
Anyway,
but I haven't read the manga, so I don't.
Enough reminiscing about the past. There is work to be done, he says, in the third-person narrative that was supposed to be omnipresent. And the doll is no doubt done preparing breakfast, and true enough, she was. The morning tea was poured and eggs were made. I never asked where it came from.
Neither of them needs to eat.
They need to eat?
Wait, would the hunter be considered a neat post-Bloodborne?
If he never leaves the dream, yes.
Where's my isekai with the hunter from Bloodborne?
A fucking truck just plows through the hunter's workshop.
In another world with my sock lever.
No, in another world with what's the great sword?
My Ludwig?
Yeah, in another world with my Ludwig.
Ludwig's holy blade.
Well, no, you have to bring Maria with you so you can shout Ave Maria and retake Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Oh boy, the Crusades would have been a lot different.
If everybody had hunter weaponry, yes, they would.
In the name of
Just
God.
the medieval time,
In the name
the
of
medieval
God.
era would have been
In the
far
name of
more
God.
No,
entertaining.
see, we already laughed about this
Imagine-
last time, where we were
imagine
laughing about
people-
how what happens if every medieval peasant had mastery of polearms.
Yeah, if every bitch ass peasant in the medieval era knew how to use a spear at a mastered level.
Every single peasant in medieval times was actually a level 40 commoner.
Oh, that'd be so much fun.
No, I'm just trying to imagine like
It's
100
like
fucking
Skyrim
peasants.
levels, you know? Like, please, sir, go kill these mud crabs so my business can survive. Oh, there's a dragon! Rip shirt off. Let's go, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, alright, I took care of the mud crab, and you're fighting a
I
dragon.
Fucking suplexes a dragon.
I need you guys to imagine. Okay, you know the whirligigs are from Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just imagine like 100 fucking villagers just like with the whirligig saw like in its lawnmower mode going through the enemy forces.
God,
That would be war.
the whirligig saw is so fucking broken, honestly.
It's just like, Bob, yeah, Jim, I kind of didn't expect our harvest morning to turn into this.
Hey, Bob. Yeah, Jim. When you moved to Skyrim, did you ever expect to be doing stuff like this? No. Yeah, me neither.
Proceeds to aggressively Deus Vult.
Deus Volt, Deus Volt, Deus Volt, Deus Volt.
Hell yeah, dude.
You mean to tell me... Oh, wow, I'm not reading that one. That's gonna get me real banned.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem.
Don't read that.
You know what? I think we can recodify this. So from now on, if we ever have to say that word out loud, we call them beardos instead.
We'll call them gay men.
Gearmen.
I'm sorry,
yes.
what?
They are now
Gay
gearmen.
Let's
What
just.
did I miss?
let's
I
just
look away to read.
not.
I look away to read a text for 5 minutes.
Can we
not.
spell it? Can we spell it? Is that allowed?
No.
Gearmen.
No spelling
Let's just not, okay?
Good Hunter, do you have any plans today? She said in her ever common voice. I shook my head no doll. I shook my head no doll, smiled sadly, and continued onto her meal. She climbed onto her meal?
I see.
Mm-hmm.
What? I
Okay,
had
then.
lost my ability to speak when I turned into whatever I had turned into, and I have yet to regain my ability to speak. The doll, for whatever reason, felt responsible for this.
Wait,
I
what?
still ate my
No,
breakfast.
hold on. Why
and
would you lose
drank-
the ability to speak?
Because
No.
Gerben could speak perfectly fine. He just pretended to be a doddering old man. Turns out, all you had to do was call him a bitch and challenge him to a fight, and he could talk just fine.
Square up. Oh,
Okay.
all right, let's go. Oh shit.
Okay, so I decided to do Control F to
fuck with
find
this
how many
senator.
commas are on this page.
Not any.
There are only 7.
Oh,
One in the
holy shit.
summary, and 2 of them are from Fanfiction statistics, the word count, and by using our services, you acknowledge the privacy policies.
Oh.
I think that deserves the drink.
So the author only used 4 commas in the chapter itself.
Ha!
how big is the chapter again?
It's not too big, but still, like, we've hit, I want to say, 3 spots that should have had a comma.
Yeah.
No, listen,
Just in this
easily.
just in the last 2 paragraphs.
Everything on the main page, right?
Yeah.
There's not a single comma there.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Over time, I expanded the workshop into a massive mansion, and blah blah.
Oh, of course
blah,
you did.
blah.
Because there was
I read all the
totally
books.
room for that.
I read all the books ever, and I wrote some books too.
I wrote a comma.
We didn't say there weren't any. We just said there weren't nearly enough.
And the curtains were closed, and even with my enhanced super sight, I could not navigate dark rooms. So I opened the curtain swiftly, and there was a massive forest there instead. This is
Okay,
odd.
hold on. That's
I think to
blatantly
myself.
wrong.
What?
The hunter routinely goes through dark as shit areas.
Hell yeah, like the entirety of like everything is dark in fucking Bloodborne. What the fuck?
Like, only rooms that are like 100% black do you need to bust out a piddly ass little belt lantern for, which does almost nothing anyway.
Yeah,
I just
like the
want to
room
say
with
I'm
the old
highly
one in it.
amused by this guy becoming basically a demigod, or at minimum, and you know, doesn't even notice the hunter's dream no longer existing.
Hunter.
Oh yeah, we actually don't.
And,
Does
and
the
hi-
Hunter's Dream still exist after Bloodborne?
Yes.
Yes,
I mean,
that's how
yeah,
the
if
dog
it's- if
picks
it's-
you up.
Well,
Does
you
somebody
say- I
tell
mean,
the
its
dream?
current
The-
form.
Presumably, yes.
Literally,
because
no matter
Gehrman has
which
been
ending,
doing it up to
the
that
dream
point.
will still exist. Either you replace Gurman, in which case the dream continues to exist, or
Gehrman
you
wakes you up.
become the moon presence.
In which case, the dream
You s-
still exists. It continues
Yeah,
to exist no
it
matter what
doesn't-
your ending is.
Yeah, so basically, like the moon presence is what feeds the dream, right? And Gurman is what tends to the dream.
Mhm.
So basically, if you replace either of them, the dream still stays. And if you don't replace either of them, you just lose access to it, but like the dream's still there. So the dream is like eternal. It really can't be removed.
the hunting dream is eternal.
Now, I was gonna say, because I'm not super great at the lore, did they ever explain why you're in there?
Yes,
Like how you?
right at the start. You are sick. You were searching for a cure. You wake up in a not a hospital.
You signed a contract.
Yes,
In
I
a
know you
clinic.
signed the contract.
Yosef class clinic. It was. Yeah, you were in a clinic and you signed a contract.
And then you wake up in the dream.
Hell yeah. I mean, you
Gotcha.
first die and then you wake up in the dream, but
Well, yeah.
unless
say,
you're a karate master and kill the fucking wolf with your hands.
Wait, you can go to the dream after killing the wolf with your bare hands?
Yeah.
You just go to the first lantern. That's
You
what I
just-
did.
Yeah, or you can just run past all that and go to the lantern.
Yeah, you can do that too. You can just completely run past. That's what they do in speedruns.
I mean, I personally, the second time I played through the game, I opted for beating the wolf to death with my hands because I wanted to prove to myself that I could.
Oh yeah, like that's what I did though. Like the first time I was like, hey, I have karate chops. Like in every other game, it's like, hey, unarmed sucks. And then he's literally doing proper karate chops. I'm like, holy shit, this looks so cool. I'm gonna kill
Well,
that wolf.
I would say, and if
And
you double hand
do-
it, he's just like,
Yeah.
all right, I'ma just start smacking.
Pummeling you, yeah, fuck. Like, dude's trained.
Just
you
call
know?
me Jack Racken because you're about to be my bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the good hunter does not have any desire to pull punches.
Oh hell yeah.
Anyway,
He is a trained master of
Let's
the
go.
Naruto art.
massive forest time. Sky is now. First, the sky is Reed. Now the dream is no longer in gray abyss. I have grown used to. Moving over to my hunting gear, I put my hunting gear on, and then blah 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 blah. Character description crap. I mean, fair enough, author, but still, it's stupid. And blah blah blah. I mean, like. Okay. So here's a scenario, guys. You're getting up in the morning, right? You're like, I'm gonna put some clothes on. It's work day, so I gotta put my work clothes on. Do you like sit there and go like, yes, this shirt was given to me by my boss on the third day of work? Like, you just put the shirt on.
You just put
I
the
mean,
shirt
I've
on.
never been
Yeah.
given a T-shirt by a boss, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, I had certain uniforms I had to wear before, so they
But like
provided
at
me.
certain times, like for example, like I was gifted a T-shirt with like Darth Vader on the skateboard like a long while back. So like sometimes when I like put it on them, I just remember like where I got it from.
But yeah, like this guy's like, yes, these gloves were given to me by Gascon. Yes, these boots were given to me by blah. These pants were given to. It's like,
No, you don't do that. It's like a once in like let's say fucking 3 years kind of thing, dude. Like you just remember like holy shit, I've heard this T-shirt for so long and this is how I got it. That kind of thing.
I don't
Yeah.
even remember how long I've had some of my shirts.
I mean, it depends on the if it's like a gift.
Good
like,
Hunter, you have
somebody
noticed
uses it.
as well, we are no longer inside the dream. Also, apparently the doll is now human-looking and basically is Maria, and she's also wearing Maria's outfit.
Of course she is.
I mean, the doll was always fairly human-looking.
No, I mean,
Remember,
like,
my
she's not
kids,
porcelain
fucking
anymore.
wooden
She's now
pussy
human.
Remember, fucking wooden pussy would give you splinters.
I mean, you can sand that.
Reminder: do not fist android girls.
Yes.
Blah blah. The front door led to none other than the front garden. Oh wow, guys, isn't that important information we need to know? The front door led to the front garden.
I wonder where the back door leads.
Probably the back garden.
Hell yeah.
The doll was based off of Maria. No shit, Isley. None of us are unaware of that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Blah blah blah. White flowers. Blah blah blah. I realize now the sky was red because the sun was rising, and I couldn't help but marvel at the sun as I stared at it because, oh my god, it's the sun, and I was nostalgic for the sun.
I swear to God, if there's a praise the sun joke.
Good Hunter, what is this warmth? What is that yellow ball in the sky? It was acute in a
She's
way.
actually never seen the sun.
Yeah.
Her memories from Maria are foggy and unclear, and it was
In that they
unlikely
don't exist.
Maria ever actually questioned the sun. I chuckled soundlessly in response and gave her a smile and small nod.
What? No, that's...
Hunter, what is this yellow ball in the sky?
That's just the ball of death.
No, just laugh. No jokes. No, just and then you just walk.
See, now all I can imagine is the creepy, awkward Titus laugh.
Just
Ha ha ha!
I'm just gonna laugh at you and not actually answer your question about the giant fucking ball in the sky.
And so have any of you guys played Demon Souls?
Nope.
No.
Yes, I hated it.
So there was like this gigantic fucking armor in the game who had like this theme that was like ha 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 ha.
Yes.
I
Demon Souls.
I am
No.
Mandark.
No, not that way. But like,
Fuck
I
off,
couldn't
man.
imagine like the entire time that music was playing, I was imagining Ty just laughing the fuck. I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I needed today. This is what I need in my fucking mind.
Looks at the Hex Maniac fan art. What are we reading? We're reading a Ruby Bloodborne crossover story in where the author doesn't actually know what Bloodborne is.
Or probably Ruby as well.
Crow. So they're walking through the forest and they're really enjoying their walk through the forest. And the hunter was very unnerved by this walk through the forest. And then young girls started screaming, "Crow, you'll have to get up. They'll catch us otherwise." Looking over to the doll, we quickened our pace to see where the scream came from. And we came across a clearing with two young children in it. One standing.
The hunter got turned into a child. Great.
One
It's one of
standing,
Hell yeah.
definitely a girl.
I wonder how you do that.
That's definitely a girl, right?
One standing, definitely a girl. What
Ruby,
I
I'm
can
not drunk
tell
enough to
about
think that
7
that
or
girl's
8
a guy,
with long
am I?
black hair, then fell just below middle of her back in tattered black cloth that could have been called clothing once, but now was barely holding itself together. Jeez, that's one fucking sentence. What the shit?
Oh no, that entire thing. Yes. It's a sentence, all right.
That is indeed a sentence.
So if this guy does come up on stream, you'll just straight up ask him, "Hey, have you ever heard of a comma? It's pretty useful."
No, not this guy. The guy from last time.
Oh, yeah, that one I missed.
Yes. It was a fairy tale Naruto story.
Who was it by?
First story.
I was gonna say, it was actually not terrible either.
It was passable.
Which, given what we normally read on the show, upgrades
And then,
it to
and then I
all
read
right.
farther, and it was still passable.
It just gets worse.
No, it was just still passable.
Honto.
Let's see. Anyway, Below her, a boy maybe of the same age and same state of dress. His rags were gray. Blah blah blah. Get away from us. We're not going back to the camp. The girl yelled, definitely mustering a lot of courage. I think the author means to say defiantly, but he's spelling it definitely.
It's very rare that I see a misspelling like this. Usually it's people saying defiantly instead of definitely.
Oh, it's defiantly, my favorite word.
Into her voice, she even held up a stick for effect. But the men just laughed at her. Well, oh boy. Hi, Raven the kid. Elder is worried about you and wants you home as fast
Raven
as possible.
the kid, eh?
Mm-hmm. The doll appeared in front of her with her sword drawn at the throat of the man. Why are you harassing this girl? He was surprised, but composed himself, and began to give the doll excuses on to why the children needed to return home. While the doll ran interference, I snuck up behind the man and slammed them with my cane until they were unconscious.
Yes, because that would just happen to two veteran huntsmen.
Oh, yeah, they
they're
just kind of
bandits,
curl
not
up and
huntsmen.
die.
Which, I mean, honestly, considering the fact that none of the bandits actually have their aura unlocked, yet they still somehow, with all the negative emotions that, bandits are, somehow manage to survive in the wastelands.
Because world building is hard.
Impressive.
Yeah, imagine world building them though.
Who needs world building when you can just say something and then ignore it?
Hell yeah. Retcons are fun.
Who needs consistency when you can just retcon it later when it becomes a problem?
Ah yes, KFC has a Cheeto sandwich.
Yep. And I swiftly sent the chain whip into the neck of the man next to him, and I executed him by ripping his neck off.
That's not very nice.
Something I noticed, however,
That's
was
kind
the
of rude, honestly.
Oh boy, so the author is also retarded. Something I noticed, however, was the resistance in the way, as if his neck was armored. I didn't have time to investigate this, as the man I thought I had clubbed charged at me.
Okay, look, I get that they're the good hunter. Why are they immediately jumping to neck snap?
Well, I mean, because this is a self-insert original character from the author, so everything that they would do is what the hunter would do, even if it's completely nonsensical and out of character for the good hunter. And, of course, these two bandits who don't have their aura unlocked also have their aura unlocked because the author doesn't know anything about anything. And just wants to, make a fight scene happen.
Hell yeah, I love punching random shit for no reason.
And
this
then
player, this, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call the fighter player character.
Change. I love how this author has just switched into full tell don't show mode. Changing my whip back into its cane form, I began to duel the stranger. He threw insults at me while I watched him, and then we dueled each other.
Writing fighting scenes is really hard, guys, but I want to write a fighting scene. What do? Don't write the fighting scene.
I looked into his eyes and realized that he was a killer, and so I killed him. And then I looked at the two children that watched me murder people, and they said, "Who are you?" And then I looked down at the girl.
Apparently, he's just gonna gank Crow.
Oh, of course.
And then the doll just looked at them also and said, "He is the good hunter. I am Doll. Who are you? I'm Raven, and this is my younger brother Crow. Well then, Raven, would you like to eat lunch with us?" Yes.
I love how they're like, "Will you care to join us for lunch?" Having never eaten a day. You are but a little child.
Okay, I just want to point out, apparently the doll thinks that Raven is married to her little brother.
Yep.
Keep in mind that the doll has like no sense of anything.
But then how would the doll know what marriage is, yo?
You still
Yeah,
default to Miss instead of Ms.
Isn't there a
German's-
point where you can give her
German's porn
something
collection.
What?
Yeah,
What?
but also, like, isn't there like a book in German's thing called How to Pick Up Ladies or something?
What?
What?
Yeah, like, okay, so if you...
What bootleg
No.
porn version?
No,
What
wait, I'm gonna
Vietnamese
show you this.
bootleg are you playing?
Hold up, I'm gonna show you something.
Oh, hey, speaking of which, are you guys ready for some Harry Potter Fate Stay Night crossover?
No.
Too bad.
No, I'm really not.
If I say no, do I get to leave?
There's
No.
actually a book in there, in his thing called How to Pick Up Fair Maidens. It's literally in the Hunter's Workshop.
I don't believe you.
I'm gonna send you the fucking link now.
That sounds like bullshit.
There you go.
To be fair, this is from software.
I've sent it.
Okay, but this is from VentureBeat.
Yeah, I was about to say, doesn't VentureBeat have some, like, dumb shit associated
No, the thing
with
is,
them?
the reason I know this is because I went, like, it's literally in the fucking game.
Okay. Alright.
You can boot up the game, go in there right now, and you'll find it.
Alright. Oh no.
It's even on Reddit, right?
Oh, that chapter title I'm not okay with.
The fuck is the
Harry
chapter?
Potter Emia.
Harry
Nope.
Potter and the Fifth Grail War. Harry
And
Potter
we're done.
steps into the shoes of Shiro, blending magecraft with wizardcraft. Raised from the age of 7 by Kiritsugu Emiya. Very AU.
I never would have guessed that it was...
Harry times Arturia.
Thank you, Brad with 316 for this gem you have thrown.
Thanks! I hate it!
Thanks, I hate it. I'll go.
I appreciate your efforts, but I have to
No,
say...
I don't. None of us do. None of
I
our
have
efforts are
to
not
say,
appreciated.
I would have preferred if you hadn't.
Is there a way for me
No,
to say
no.
that I unappreciate your efforts?
I de-appreciate your efforts.
Look, I don't approve of book
subtract
burning, but you know what? I
collective
might be okay
appreciation
with server
from
burning.
your efforts. Oh my god. 423 favorites.
Homie! Well, it does
what
have 7 chapters, and it has 22,000 words.
It's
For
only
what
3K
purpose?
chapters.
And it
I already
is-
told you, like, it's a chapter-based thing. Like, you.
it
release
is
chapter
relative.
every time.
Well, it's also relatively recent and
No!
alive.
No, plums! No!
Who's
No!
Plum,
Quarterbacks! What are you doing here?
Who are these
Oh, no.
people?
Big name writers.
But is this person fucking connected or something?
Plums, I really liked this chapter. I hope you don't suddenly have the Grail spawn additional 7 servants because of collusion, like a lot of stories have been doing recently.
Oh no.
Have a lot of Fate stories been doing that recently?
I don't know. I rarely go into the Fate section.
I haven't read anything recent on Fanfiction, as a matter of fact.
I mean, it's probably for the best if you don't go into the Fate region.
There's really nothing there's nothing redeeming in there.
On second thought, let's not go to the Fate section. It's a city place.
Yes, indeed.
You mean 'tis a porn-filled place?
Well, that's why it's
Oh
silly.
no. Oh. But no, Quatermass is a pretty shifty writer these days. He used to be pretty good, but no, Plums is, in my personal opinion, a very good writer. And they apparently just have shit taste, bro.
Many good writers have shit taste. This is known.
Fire, devastation, bodies in all directions. This is what a young Raven had. Green-eyed boy woke
I
to after
figured it was 'cause of
massive
Apocrypha,
explosion.
but Apocrypha's a different rule set, literally.
I was say Apocrypha's like, hey, what if the Holy Grail War was closer to a real war than not?
Hey guys, what if Nazis?
I think there was that too. Yes.
There was that.
You know,
Wait.
the Tosakas really did not see that coming.
Can I kill him?
I wish I could mute him, but it would only mute him in the server, not the stream.
I
look forward to the day.
There goes kill.
And we're done.
Oh, look, we've been banned. What a shame.
Oh, what's this new email from Twitch? Takedown notice. Ah, I see.
You knew it was coming.
The young boy had been certainly living in an alley not far from Ground Zero after his relatives abandoned him in Fuyuki City a month ago.
What? What? What?
What?
What the fuck?
See, that's always been one of the things that annoyed me most about the, yeah, they just abandoned Harry in the middle of Japan. Like, guys, do you not understand how social security or social services works in any country at all?
No, I don't think they do.
Like, if there was some random hobo child wandering around tourist attractions, the police would be like, who are your parents? These are my parents. And then they would check people who've left the country recently, and they'll be like, hey, you left your kid here.
No, okay, like, look, the Japanese police are so good at their jobs, there was an article recently written that the police don't even know what to do anymore in Japan because there's no crime.
No, let's be fair. There's a lot of crime, it's just very polite.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not like it's Detective Conan and there's
Nothing police can do about
30
that.
feet.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's keep going. He knew something was going to happen when he was forced to tag along. After all, what better way to get rid of something unwanted than to dump it in someone else's backyard, forcing them to clean it up? This is what Harry James Potter had suffered the moment he was brought to Japan. He should have seen the warning sign, the false cheerful voice, the smile. He had been burned once before, but after showing his report card
agents
in
would
public,
have recorded, blank family arrived with 4 people, arrived with 4 people, departed with 3, sans a minor?
I think we have to have a talk with them. How about that?
Jesus Christ, this is a fucking long sentence. And friendly until they got into a private area, then he was hammered with fists, kicked in the gut, thrown into a wall, and then the underlining warning to never show up his dim-witted cousin again. However, regardless of the fact that he was starving more, he felt that his life had been looking up. He had been beaten in a month when he was here. A few concerned adults tried to get him sent to someone called the social worker, but he ran before they could.
Why?
What?
Because this is an author's edgy self-insert, that's why.
No, but screw their edgy self-insert. Harry Potter wasn't shown to be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but...
Also, a lot of Japanese people, like the older generation Japanese, they don't speak English. Like, the shop owners would, in the touristy areas. But...
Well, even a relatively high percentage of people under, what, 40?
Yeah, like...
Can at least comprehend... They have a passing understanding of it.
Yeah, but still, it's just like... You got this skittish kid in front of you. Your English is spotty. Either you're going to, as a Japanese person, ignore them, or report the Gaijin to the police.
Hello, police.
We got another lost weeb.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, Japan is known for its severe disdain of homeless people. Like I said, they're gonna report them to the police, not be like, "Hey, sweetie, just stay right here." Smart lad, he knows to escape social services. However, in hindsight, that might have been a poor decision. Maybe if he had been with his social worker, he might not have been caught up in the explosion. He wouldn't have been burned. He wouldn't have heard all the cries or screams of agony. The same kind of scream he also often heard in his dreams, along with the flash of green light. That was only something he started remembering when he saw the Dementors, my dude. So, author, again, you got some fanon in your crafty story, which is honestly not too surprising considering the fact that your plot is based on the fact that Japan works exactly like New York. And
Oh, please. Look, New York is a shithole of a city, but even New York takes care of children.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. His plan is hinged on the idea that people that encountered him actually would care enough to call a social worker. When a normal Japanese person would either ignore them or call the police and then walk on.
No, they would call it for an adult. You are correct. However, you're forgetting that most, because of their culture, looking after kids is a communal thing.
I guess.
Like, if there's a kid lost, you help the fucking kid.
I can neither say one way or the other.
Caveat. Given my understanding, which could be incorrect.
Yeah.
Also,
The author's making assumptions.
He's a sociopath.
Anyway, so blah blah blah, the same kind of screen, blah blah, it's official, I made someone mad in my previous life. Blah blah blah, black liquid, he took a swim in. He swam in grail muck.
I'm sorry, he swam in what?
Grail muck.
You remember that horrifying black liquid that burst out of the Grail in Fate Zero?
Yes.
Yeah, he swam in that apparently.
Oh, just went for a bit of a swim, eh?
Just went for a little bit of a nip.
That stuff is not good for humans.
It's not even good for Grail constructs.
Well, no, it's not, because it straight up is the reason Gilgamesh turned into such an evil thing between Zero and Stay Night.
I was gonna say he was already a dick. It just made him an even bigger one.
Well, no, like it specifically took him from a chaotic good to straight up like evil. In Fate Zero, he is classified as a chaotic good character. He's not normally that evil. He's just a cunt.
A pompous cunt.
Blah blah
My
blah.
name is Gilgamesh.
The inhuman scream and black smoke that shot out of his forehead.
I was gonna say, now, granted, him being Gilgamesh, he does have a right to be cocky, but still, doesn't mean it doesn't get grating.
He is half god, half human.
He held on to a rock and let the grail muck sleep by him. Blah 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 blah. He opened his eyes to find a guy. You look worse than I feel, mister. Do you got smoke in your eyes, mister? I'm glad I found someone alive. I think I'm ready to meet the social worker now. Hospital first, kid. You got burns. I've had worse. They're gone when I go to sleep. Like magic, huh? Yeah, but I always got whipped whenever I said that. I'll shut up now. Whoever put
Jesus Christ.
Whoever whipped you deserves to be put in the prison. I'm Kiritsugu Emiya, freelance mercenary.
Oh, hey, it's Cosmic Kiryu.
Oh.
I'm Harry James Potter. Again, he didn't know what his name was.
Is this the next Yakuza game?
Judgment 2.
Please, look, don't insult the semi-decent writing of the Yakuza games.
What do you mean semi-decent? Like, I still remember there's a point in Yakuza 2 where, like, this old historical monument breaks apart to
Okay.
showcase a castle made of gold.
Shut up.
C8, I don't care what the actual fraction is, he's still a demigod.
Yep. Anyway, so your parents wouldn't happen to be Lily and James Potter.
Oh, of course he knows who they are.
Did you know them? Yeah, I knew your father when I went and took some jobs. I was hired to kill people in Britain. You're pretty far
Wow.
from England. Yeah,
This is a
my
pretty
uncle
dominated,
dumped me here.
moment.
Well, if you want to come with me after you get healed up, and I'm gonna visit Germany too, you can have a nice place in Fuyuki, and you can stay here until I can come back to you. Where are you doing to get in Germany? I'm gonna get my daughter back. I don't think I'll ever see her again. If you care about her, you need to go get her. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Time skip 10 years later.
What?
Harry,
I love how it's like XXX10.
Harry grimaced as he face-planted exiting a port key. He always hated international port keys. Well, he hated magical travel, period. But the international port keys were port keys that lasted longer and took you farther. He slowly climbed to his feet, brushing off the dirt, looking around the empty Emiya compound. He had lived here by himself after
I'm sorry,
Kirisugu had passed
compound.
away. No, it's a compound.
Compound.
Yeah, no, it's a
Yeah,
compound.
it is quite a compound. Yeah, he bought like a pretty big place.
It's a house with a training area and a workshop.
Yeah, in Japan, those are called mansions.
Yeah, but it's basically a family compound, isn't it? Though, like.
Well, no, it's a family
In
home.
the states, we'd call it a compound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, I mean, Harry is British, so
No, that's also
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I'll give him
Well,
that much.
but he didn't exactly get. He was 7 years old when he was found, so he wouldn't exactly have been cultured into Americanized referencing. So he probably would have just called it by, what his dad called it by. His dad being Kirisugu. So.
People used logic.
Actually, yeah, knowing Kiritsugu, he probably bought that with defense in mind.
Mm-hmm. Blah 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 blah. Fourth Holy Grail War. Magnus Killer. No knowledge of it until it was too late, but he went on with having one lingering respect, never having been able to retrieve his daughter. Blah blah. No. Oh my fucking god, author. Kiritsugu died because when in
Boy,
canon,
he is
Kiritsugu
angry.
never went after the kid. He didn't die because he tried to get the kid. He died because of unrelated reasoning, but he never went for Ilya.
No,
Yeah.
there is implications that he did try at least once or twice, but
Okay.
Yeah, and he got fucked
Well,
up, and injuries
he's-
basically got the better of him, right?
he's one ex-Magus killer with a failing body up against a bunch of homunculi. They can literally throw homunculi at him for days.
Fair enough.
They did throw homunculi. No, let's be clear. They did.
No, they not even that. With the way his body was starting to fail, it was the bounded field was probably enough to keep him out.
Yeah.
Because they do have a massive bounded field around their castle.
Blah
in
blah
Germany,
blah.
in the middle of
Kiritsugu
winter.
Contact with the Yakuza for a clan of gangsters. Excuse you. The Yakuza would like to have a word with you.
Clan of listen.
That's not how that
I'm
works.
From Chicago. Listen.
That's not how
even
that
the
works.
Even the Chicago mob is like, yeah, they do pretty clean business.
Yeah.
And listen, Chicago, we know a lot about putting the civil in civil offense, thank you.
And New Jersey, we know a lot about putting offense in the offense.
Yeah, you know a lot about civil offense. You wait until they turn you back before they backstab you.
Like, a funny story
Okay.
is when I was being taught in high school, my driving teacher made a joke that in New Jersey we don't learn defensive driving, we learn offensive driving.
That's not a joke, that's a fact.
Oh, I know.
Y'all are assholes.
Also, due to tensions, quote there in chat. Now I want to see a fan fiction where it's revealed that Harry's actually American.
You're an American, Harry. Fucking.
It's like what does that mean?
Overall...
Well, we're gonna teach you how to use a gun.
No,
Harry
Max.
Potter and the nationality of Texas.
No, Max. Instead of Hagrid showing up, it's some fucking barefooted denim overall, redneck hillbilly. You're American, Harry.
Straight out of the fucking Ozarks.
Exactly. I kept on my shotgun here. We're gonna go back to America, yeah.
Harry Potter's wand is actually just a double barrel.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly, I actually love a moment where it's like, that's weird, Harry's not being mobbed. Oh, because no one in America gives a shit what happened in little old England. If their headmaster doesn't know how to control one Dark Lord, what good is he?
Tension. You'll get over it.
Now, Harry, we don't normally give this to kids, but you gotta protect yourself with the rights of every American. I want you to have your own double barrel.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Given that it's Texas, it would probably just be a 1911.
No, I said hillbilly, not Texan.
I was saying on mine.
I don't know how to do a Texan accent.
I don't want to do a Texan accent.
I would say the only thing you have to do to have a Texas accent is talk about how great Texas is every fourth sentence.
I'm from Georgia.
Because my Texan accent would sound like an incredibly racist Southern accent.
Okay, you can't have a racist Southern accent.
He can, but then it gets worse.
Okay, yes, but we try not to talk about that anymore, Max.
See, this is why I didn't want to bring it up.
You shouldn't have brought it up.
I didn't want to bring it up, but I brought it up.
I know I'm not supposed to give my opinion, but...
Like...
Yo, I just saw the word arcade broomstick.
To have a Texan accent, speak Mexican. Ooh! Fucking shots fired like the Alamo.
Isley, no. Isley, no.
Isley, yes.
Tension's proof you're not wrong, Isley. Don't worry. Anyway. So, blah, 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 Yakuza, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yes, of course. And he also then went to Hogwarts still.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he just still went to Hogwarts. Of course, nothing changed. Of course, he growled thinking about the Philosopher's Stone and Basilisk and Misery Demons and the Dangerous Trap disguised as a tournament.
Wait, don't the Americans have like a school as well? Or
I'm sorry. What? No, hold on, guys. Hold it.
What?
Get ready for the next line. Having the clock tower's Arcueil Brunstead,
Arcueil
Brunstead as a friend doesn't hurt when dealing with said trap.
Wait, wasn't Arcueil Brunstead a fucking like true elder or something?
Ancestor.
Yeah, she's a true ancestor. Yeah.
Yeah, true ancestor.
Well, she's also a lot friendlier to humans than some.
Yeah, but
I did not bone up on the Fate lore.
But also, like, didn't she have like a big ass like? She's a being of immeasurable power that's supposed to represent, I think, the moon.
Yes.
Okay, just one of those generic things.
Her true form is the moon.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a true moon.
Yeah, she's an origin. I want to know.
She's the closest thing to a direct ancestor of Crimson Moon.
There's a specific type. She's a type. Her true
She's a
form
type
is
moon.
her true form is literally the type moon.
Yeah, she is type moon.
Yeah. Fucking. But no, I you know what? I would have been fine with like, oh, he still went to Hogwarts with the explicit understanding that if they tried to take Harry and put him back with his foster family, they'd have had to deal with an angry Magus killer with all of his connections and an angry Yakuza clan.
But you know, of course, he's friends with Ark. Of course. But duh, why not? Why wouldn't he be friends with Ark?
When would he have even gone to the?
It doesn't matter because you're wrong.
I mean, here's the thing. I could understand him going to the clock tower.
I don't.
Instead of Hogwarts, because
Actually,
the clock towers were the premier magic school.
They would still dissect him.
They might dissect him, but the other thing is that generally people are admitted at a slightly older age than what Hogwarts does. No, my question is, what the fuck is Arkway doing at the clock tower?
She is because reasons and to be Harry's friend, of course.
Like, okay, if you'd been like having the Grand Marshal take an interest in you is great backup. Okay, sure, this is Zelrich. Zelrich is he's not the way that a lot of the fandom portrays him, but he is very much a man's like, oh, you're interesting. Study you.
I mean, honestly, I could see it if it was framed in a way of Zelrich was like, hey, you happen to be subject to a prophecy. It would be really funny if I introduced you to, like, Ark or something.
I bet I could fuck shit up if I did this.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
This sounds like it could be fun. I'm gonna do it. Do not! Too late!
Zelrich, no! Yes!
Zelrich, no! Zelrich, yes!
Proper Zelrich. Chaotic neutral.
Exactly.
This seems interesting. I'm gonna do this, and no one can stop me.
Zelrich, no!
Yeet!
How about Zelrich? Yes.
Zeus, no!
I like to imagine Zelrich, no. Zelrich has already done it.
Yeah, in multiple different timelines, he's already done it.
Yeah.
I disagree with you so hard, I went back in time just to do it again.
Hardly, you damn snake wanker.
I like that we're applying the Americanized Harry to this story now for extra confusion.
Just you can't go to town using a wild Tracer! Yep.
What is this bad? Why have you slept into shitty Western?
I don't know, and at this point I don't
Catch
care.
your rat!
Shut up, Scooter, you're dead.
Thank God.
On the one hand, oh, what a shame. On the other hand, good riddance.
Yes. That is
Scooter was one of those characters like, I kind of like this guy, but he's also kind of really fucking annoying. I don't know how to feel.
That is an accurate reaction.
I need you to save him because I want to kill him myself later on, okay?
That is an uncanny accent. Stop it.
Anyway, so, I'm sorry, excuse me, fucking what? And so two curved short swords appeared. And they glowed bright silver as he brought them up into a cross formation. What is he, fucking Alexander Anderson?
Yeah.
And he brings them up into a cross. And the hilt of the silver short. Fucking. Maybe I should stop drinking so much. Whoa.
Okay, find your words.
Find your words. I can do it. You can do it. Don't worry.
I'm 3 fingers deep already.
Aren't you on a budget?
Yes.
Well, tonight's the night we lose Sneaky.
What?
Feel it in my bones.
You can buy alcohol on a budget. I bought like an entire bottle of like Black I Can Run for like $20.
Dude, fucking yeah, no, dude, you don't understand. Ricky already went like 6 fingers deep when we were playing Dota.
Okay, but Ricky is employed.
Tonight's the night we lose both of them, Mountain.
Anyway, so he brings up a silver sword that had been engraved with a majestic stag, while the crimson one was engraved with a beautiful doe. Meet James and Lily.
Oh, that is just... Leaving aside how cringy that is from a storytelling perspective, that is some psychological problem.
Yeah.
Psycho Mantis.
Oh, you got these two swords. What are you gonna name them after?
Potter games,
My
don't
parents.
My dead parents.
Slowly back away.
You've played Super Mario Sunshine, haven't you, Sneak?
I got fucking 12 reasons why you're gonna die now. 12 gauge reasons. Boom, boom.
Look, all I'm saying is I want to see a wizard try to use a shield charm against
Sneaky.
like.
You did the math wrong. It's 24 reasons.
Well, so do hillbillies.
A valid point.
Even a hillbilly knows how to add a 12 gauge to a 12 gauge.
Hell yeah, that's a 24
I was
gauge.
gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's in the job description.
But again, I would love to see a wizard try to stop like just a 12 gauge slug.
We already know they can't.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, just like what's that gonna do? Boom.
Where's my Harry Potter?
Oh, there's a hole in my gut now.
Where's the Harry Potter FPS game that plays like Doom?
I mean, yeah.
Max, Harry Potter demonstrates to Voldemort just how terrifying a 12 gauge slug is on the wall. Boom!
I like that you defaulted to Dresden because guns were involved.
Oh no.
Well, we were specifically talking about shotguns.
I know, but because a gun's involved, you defaulted to the better wizard.
Yes.
I just say, I love the reason behind that. Why do you carry a 6-shot? Because it's really hard to fuck up with magic, and because very little can actually stop this? Oh.
Dude, man, the 357.
Right.
I know we've been making
treasure.
Metal Gear Solid references, but this is the most powerful handgun ever made.
The Desert Eagle.
No, dude, no. The Smith & Wesson 500.
The Desert Eagle.
Someone's about to get yeeted.
6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves.
No, the Smith &
What
Wesson.
if it doesn't kill it? Then you're fucked. Start running.
And that's why
And it's a
Ocelot.
Denari.
And that's why Ocelot lost his hand.
You're a bit late, Ark.
No, that's very much not why he lost it, but okay.
You're a bit late, Ark. Apologies,
Well, I mean,
my
he
dear
didn't hit the
sweet
ninja,
Harry.
so.
I'm sorry, Nani the shit. Apologies, my dear sweet Harry. I had to secure the rat and place the bounded field to prevent them from escaping. That's not how bounded fields work. At all.
Sure it is. The author doesn't know any better.
They can...
Die.
Okay.
By Merlin.
I think theoretically you could do that with a bounded field, but I don't think Arquaid has the knowledge for that kind of application.
No. She is, as far as we know in canon, she has bare minimum Magecraft knowledge.
Yeah, like everything you see her do is basically an extension of true magic to one degree or another.
Also known in the Fate universe as cheating.
Oh my god, that's
True magic and magic from the Age of Gods
one
is
of the
straight up
mass
cheat
Death
codes.
Eaters announced in awe and fear. Potter knows Magecraft, he muttered again. So how do we go about this, Harry dear? Urk asked casually, a scythe appearing in her hands. I have to, the way the author's writing it, I have to read it with Southern. Shamble wrecked them enough for ours, not enough for them to crawl away. Half-blood hypocrite's mine, though. Harry flipped his swords into a reverse. Okay, Alexander Anderson.
I just into
You're gonna take some bayonets out next?
And hence, the cliche is complete.
I wish he'd completed it with grip. I really do, because...
You're gonna say some Boondocks quotes now?
God, we can only hope.
It's a shame you're so young, Harry. You would make for a unique consort.
Do not?
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Excuse me, hello, police. Yes, I'll hold.
Hello, police.
I'd like to report a crime.
Without another word, Harry darted forward, using the enhanced speed he got from nearly 4 years of training under Kiritsugu. Training under Kiritsugu, really interesting, fascinating. Being that Kiritsugu didn't train fucking anyone.
Yeah, Kiritsugu just said like, yeah, no, I don't want to do this shit.
In fact, he did give Shiro some training, but it took a lot of badgering, and he gave him the bare minimum.
Yep.
Literally gave him just enough to get the kid off his back.
And then he
Which
dashed towards
proved to be the
Voldemort
definition of
and yeeted Voldemort.
A little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
And then Voldemort's on the ground with all of his limbs cut off. And Voldemort's like, go ahead, destroy this body, I'll get a new one. What makes you think I'm sorry? What makes you think I'm gonna kill you? I already know about your little Horcrux secret. I'm working on the clock tower in Vatican City to find them in the best ways if you're alive, but disabled to do that. Hence, I cut off your limbs. Your death munchers will be dragged off to prison by the ICW orders, and you'll become a permanent resident of the clock tower's version of the unspeakables. No one, and I do mean no one outside the clock tower, the three of us will know what happened here tonight, as far as the rest of the world know. Gobble of Five's book, key malfunction, be brief delay. The laying said with the knife from returning.
I mean, look, I will at least say this. Yes, that is
I can understand the word.
I would say that is the correct approach to dealing with something of Voldemort's level of not die. It's like, don't kill the Lich. Just
I'm gonna get the better version of this world's Illuminati to take care of you.
Yeah, basically. No limbs, no allies, Riddle. You were bested, and now your little hometown homunculus body is gonna be profied the second you studied. Harry glared down, letting his short swords go. Voldemort watched them vanish into light to then disintegrate. Watched them vanish into light and then disintegrate.
Hell yeah, my dude.
You heard him.
I asked for that specifically. I have a theory that panned out when you created the homunculus body. Actually hoping for it, really. I wanted to see the secret so I can create a homunculus body that can last a natural lifetime. A little gift for my stepsister, you see.
Please stop. Please, for the love of God, stop.
Kindly cease and desist. Seize!
Max, how do you feel?
By the Emperor! Seize!
What am I supposed to feel about this?
I don't know. What are you feeling about this?
Just,
Woo!
I don't know why the author would choose to make Voldemort into a homunculus.
He does that. That's Harry Potter canon.
Yeah, no, he's fourth, the tiny baby body.
Yeah, that's homunculus.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a homunculus.
Huh.
Yeah.
A creepy as hell one, but
Can't believe the prophecy was right, the man muttered before looking over the unconscious Death Eaters.
Nani the fuck?
Why is everyone southern? Right, you lot. Port these gits out to a nice place and Noongard await them.
why are they now orcs?
I don't know.
Or what, you bloody...
Wait, hold on.
Now get
Hold on.
that
Sneaky.
moving.
Southern orcs.
I don't think, honestly, dude, I'm not that skilled. I don't think I can quite do British and Fucking Southern.
I mean, I can do orcs. I don't think I can do Southern orcs. I don't think that's possible.
Give it a try. Give it a try, dude.
No, I can't do
All right.
British.
I'll give it a try. Hold on.
I can't wait for everybody to get offended.
Hold on, I need more whiskey for this.
Oh, it's already.
You're joking.
Get ready for the everyone disliked that meme.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say this right
boy.
now. Don't. Everyone, get ready for your earplugs. This is gonna be bad. Hold on. Okay.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I'm trying to get myself prepared mentally.
Each one of game shall roll an orky.
No,
That
you
just
know what?
Australian.
You know what?
Oh my god, that's Southern British!
You know what? That's perfect.
I have
That's
had a
Southern-
revelation! Oh my
Well-
goodness, Australian!
Oh boy, there goes any hope of an Australian viewership.
All right, you bloody geeks, now get no. That was bad.
That was actually
You
a
wanna try
decent
that
orc.
again?
That just wasn't
It
Southern
started
orc.
as an Australian accent, and then just like moved on to something else entirely. I don't even know what. What tension? Why is that? No, you know I'm not even gonna acknowledge that. Fuck off, tension.
Southern orcs. What could possibly go wrong there?
they still have the same amount of
Prison nation. That's good. Oh, thank you, Sneaky, for this wonderful insight.
You're welcome.
Wait, Sneaky gave you insight?
Yeah,
yes,
don't you
because it
know
drives me-
hanging out with me just casually raises your insight?
Yeah,
Wouldn't be
it's like seeing an
surprised.
Eldritch Abomination every day.
Max had to pump his faith up to counter the insight that he got.
Yeah, that's why everybody around Sneaky runs fucking Fate Bills.
I like to think that it was just naturally acquired. Like every day, it's just a will save to see whether you get a point of faith or a point of insight.
Southern British.
What is this
just
lawyer
Scottish.
trying to build?
I don't even know what the fuck's going on here. Alright, anyway, blah blah. Where's the traitor you mentioned? I'll get him the bones. Harry nods his head to the lump not far from the rape site, blah 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 blah. Abercrombie Tower getting to work immediately. As soon as we get the body studied, the closer we can get to saving a lot of homunculus at the Von Eisenberg created. Understood, Lord Potter. He flashes himself a smile. Let's get this place cleared up.
Roland told us.
Also, I want to point out, I know this is going to be. I know what Sneaky's currently saying is going to be incomprehensible to most of our international viewers.
To most non-Americans.
The Americans understand it just fine.
And that's the worst part.
Don't lie to them.
No, I understand him perfectly.
I was gonna say I'm getting probably 1 word in 5.
Yeah.
That
I think
doesn't
one
count
word-
as
one
Maybe
word-
well,
understanding.
Kroger.
That's not even hanging on to the conversation.
What was that
Look,
little?
it's a
slip you
Suthner.
just made?
They're all talking about. You just have to like replay it like 3 or 4 times in your head.
Yeah, basically.
I heard a little bit of a slip there, Max.
And
What were you trying to
each
say?
time you just have to subtract yet another. Like,
Max is
first you
just sitting
filter out
here
the
like,
booze,
I don't
then
know
you
what you
filter out
guys
the
are talking
sandpaper,
about.
then
I
you
can
filter out the
understand it just
racism.
fine.
You all are hurting my soul.
Yeah, we know. We're sorry.
We are.
Harry later reappeared as the goblet of fire Portkey had intended for the unconscious Cedric and Co. No one was the wiser, and they asked why it took so long. Harry simply showed confusion as to what they were talking about. In the end, Harry and Cedric were announced the winners, however. In a unique
So
ploy,
when did Harry
announced
Potter
his
become a
new status
hyper-accomplished
to the
liar during this too?
world. I love how the author's just like, time skip 10 years into the future. Also, flashbacks to a year ago. He announced his new status to the world, saying that thanks to the tournament, he was now declared of age, and everyone disagreed with You're the ones who I insisted I can be in their tournament of the stages. Students specifically, as much as I have the ministry and the schools back emancipated at the end of this. Harry gave a marginal shrug. Not my fault. You can't read your own fine print. Well, I wouldn't have left the school until I earned both dollars and nuke. I'm going to be taking control of my life outside of Hogwarts. Now you hear, I'm going to return to Fuyuki City when I have enough proper mundane education.
So hold on a minute. I still don't understand. Why do both Hogwarts and the clock tower exist?
This is exactly what I was talking about when I said why Fate and Harry Potter really cross poorly, because while they have drastically opposing magical systems and drastically opposing philosophies.
Yeah, I was just saying. And you know what? I'll give Fate credit. It explains its magic a hell of a lot better than Harry Potter.
Yes.
Wait,
the
Harry
other
Potter
problem.
explains its magic?
No, it doesn't. The other problem is that the Wizengamot and the Wizengamot both exist.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna be leaving. See you guys.
Alright, Steve. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye.
Oh, bye. He's left. He couldn't handle the Australian orcs.
I don't think that's what drove him away. Anyway, so blah, 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 blah. Harry, my boy, I'm afraid I cannot allow that. You must return to your Aunt Monkey. Under no circumstances will I ever return to that bitch and her fat half bastard of a husband. For your information, I haven't had to go to that hellhole in 7 years. I live with a man I call my dad for the past 3 years. He members of film Jim McLean when I was
Okay, hold on a minute. How would almost said Voldemort. How would, like...
I like how this hasn't come up before.
Yeah, like, this is clearly supposed to be, manipulative, mean Dumbledore. How has he not known that?
Yeah.
Hell, even if it's the doddering, incompetent Dumbledore, he's just never noticed that.
Nobody's ever noticed the fact that Harry speaks fluent Japanese, refers to things with Japanese accent, all that fun stuff.
They never noticed that the owl didn't go to, whatever bullshit Privet Drive.
Merc and Hurry and Hellbilly's beer. It's actually more like Hellbilly's moonshine, but you know what I mean?
Harry Potter introduces Gryffindors to moonshine.
Oh boy.
What have you done?
Blah, blah, blah. The elderly wizard frowned. I see. I've already been to the goblins and I've shown them every merit of the new holiday, and they in turn helped me find the file for emancipation by the end of the previous year. I've officially become the head of Hell's Potter, the most of the fingers touch the goblin and underneath the man. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm exhausted. End of flashback. Also, end of me trying to do Harry Potter.
This doesn't seem to be like evil, manipulative Dumbledore, just like, huh. Alright, shit, I guess he's got it together.
Check the Discord. Okay.
Why?
No, don't check the Discord.
There's nothing in the Discord.
It's in a channel I think you have muted.
Oh,
it's the channel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the channel he made us admins of.
Well, you and I are already admins, so we have access to every channel.
That. Yeah, that's funny.
You sound so confused.
Why did you want me to look at this? I don't... Though I will take that Neo image, thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Neo image is quite helpful.
I will take that. Why was I tagged for this?
Because it's tension.
The podcast channel? You mean the clip that you already played? It's okay, yeah, it's pretty funny. I thought you were gonna clip my whole 12 gauge impersonation, but no, you clipped the fingers thing instead. So I didn't think that was that funny.
Disappointment.
Yes, I am in fact moving on to 4 fingers of whiskey. I'm starting to feel it.
Apparently, C8 missed the podcast. Oh, C8
Are you
missed the
feeling it
podcast
now,
channel,
Mr.
apparently.
Krebs?
I mean, it's a little bit, the room's a little bit more blurry than normal, which is to
That's
say...
just your vision getting worse.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like, I don't know if I'm actually just getting more blind, or if the alcohol's kicking in. It's
I'm
really a
bet
50-50
that
right
you're
there.
just actively getting more blind.
Yeah, it is really just a 50-50 right there. After that event, things became more mundane, blah blah blah, he went to high school, blah blah blah, wizard education, blah blah blah, they killed all the Horcruxes. Blah blah blah, Sirius fucked Mick Remitz, blah 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 blah, blah blah blah, Dumbledore dies, blah blah blah, flashback!
Why are we getting all, why is all the narration happening in flashbacks, and why is everything that could have possibly been important and should have been shown to us just getting zipped on through? Obviously, I'm not saying Sneaky's the one doing it. I understand it's the author.
So I have to respond to Isley's comment of I always knew Sneaky was the real pervert here. Is just Isley, I wanted to respond in a way of I've been in X situation and I didn't even know what to do with it. But the thing is that any situation I might have been in has likely gone so far over my head, I didn't even realize it was happening.
That's true.
So I can't even give you an example of where I might not have been perverted in a scenario. Because I probably didn't even know this scenario was occurring.
That sounds like you. That definitely sounds like you.
Sounds very much like him, yes.
You guys heard what I went when I went to my father's for not Father's Day, but a little bit before Father's Day, and I found my old yearbook, and I found one specific girl who said who gave me her number, told me she loved me, and then said, "Call me when you feel like you can do the same," and it went completely fucking over my head.
Reminder that Sneaky is an anime protagonist.
That's not even going over your head. That's just you being an idiot.
And I talked to my dad about this, and he's like, "Yeah, I remember you telling us about this, and we all told you she was completely into you. You just kept denying it." I'm like, fuck.
Look, I'm not exactly great at the interpersonal thing, but even I'm on the ball enough.
Just
heavy air quotes there.
over
that if
my
someone
head.
literally gave me a note that said, "Call me."
No, it is. Oh. I had 5 girls give me their number once, all at the same time, and they put it into my wallet. It just went completely fucking over my head.
It was literally written down for you. Oh my god.
You really are just the dumbest.
Did we have sex ed in school? Oh, we totally had sex ed in school. I memorized the human biology book before I even, entered 5th grade. That doesn't mean I can recognize situations where that might be applicable.
Yeah, I was going to say, listen, American sex ed is not about recognizing signals. It is the bare minimum to shame you into not having sex.
Puritan values, ladies.
I think I slept through that class.
Well, yeah, because you weren't interested in the slightest.
Yeah, that's yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this garbage.
Yes, please.
Flashback time. Again, for the third time. What about your scar? You can thank Angry Amaniu for that, the embodiment of the world's evils who yeeted my scar. Zelrich told him this information a year ago.
Just chilling with Zelrich, huh?
Yeah, just chilling with Zelrich, and Zelrich was like, "Yo, Harry, your scar got yeeted by Angry Amaniu a couple years ago, man."
Yes, Zelrich would indeed be smoking many blunts all the time.
Just fucking with a single puff, he just smokes the entire roll.
I wonder what happens if I use magic to inhale the whole thing.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Angry Mango. Yeah, exactly. If we ever end up writing a fate fiction, we have to refer to him as Angry Mango.
Oh, right.
Whatever you say, Angry Mango. My name is Angry Mango. Angry Mango.
I'm not even gonna lie. Have you actually looked at the origin of Angramanyu?
Yeah, it's the Persians where the entire town beat up this child and placed upon him the burden of all the world's evils, and then killed him, thinking they had killed the world's evils.
Yeah, I probably would have just called him Edgy Jesus, if I'm being honest.
I mean, he is Edgy Jesus.
That sounds more
fair.
like an SCP, to be honest.
But he's Angry Mango now, and that is what his new name shall be until I forget about it.
Well, that should take all of 20 seconds.
I am offended by your completely accurate statement.
Thank you.
Now he's going to go out of his way to memorize it out of spite.
Look, dude, I had some. No, you don't understand. I had someone 5 years ago doubt me when I told them that I will always remember any fucking number. And they said, okay, well then remember the number 4. And now I can't fucking forget it.
I mean, it's a pretty integral number?
Because I'll just be sitting here, and my brain will just be like, hey, remember that time someone told you to remember the number 4? I'm like, yeah, thanks, brain. Why are you telling me now?
Why are you telling me at 8:43 at night?
I'm trying to go to bed, brain. Why are you bringing this up?
So that you don't forget it.
Anyway, blah 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 blah. I would say no more life or death struggles, but just saying that screams I'll be put in one if I'm not already. He says as he looks at his hand. What? Dumbledore goes. Command seals are appearing on my hand. This could signify something far worse than a terrorist with daddy issues.
It's a terrorist.
It would seem so, the elderly man closed his eyes. Barely a day later, Dumbledore passed on in his sleep. Harry went on to finish his schooling completely a year early.
So Dumbledore just dies.
Yeah, Dumbledore just dies in his sleep, and Harry completes Hogwarts a year early and then goes back to Tsuyuki. Apparently, get this straight, right? A year ago, the command seals were appearing on his hand.
Yeah. And it just took a year for the Grail War to kick off, huh?
Yep.
Sounds right to me, I guess.
I see nothing wrong
and then he goes back to Tsuyuki, and then he was like, "Oh shit, there's gonna be a Grail War here. Am I stepsister is going to be involved, and the McRimmett's clan sent their representative, the Fuki, that summoned Lancer. And the command seals had gained greater prominence on his hand after he left Hogwarts. They were shaped ironically shaped like the Deathly Hallows symbols.
Okay, A, no. B, what the hell does gained greater prominence mean? Like,
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Bugger
It's
my
not
ass,
like those
said the
things
man
are
who won.
subtle.
I wonder how long before I'm forced to summon my own servant, and I wonder who it'll be. Okay, so you are an individual who is very well aware of how the whole Grail War thing operates and how Mangus are. And you, as an individual with this knowledge, go, oh, flying shit. I'm a master in the Grail War. And
That's
so then
a
you,
problem.
as a Mangus...
With a year's prep time!
Yes, so then you, as a Mangus, have three options before you. Ignore it, so you can enter into the exact same cannon rail situation where you summon Arturia. But you don't know this, of course. 2, get ready for the Grail War and prepare as much as possible and summon your servant as soon as possible so you can protect yourself from assassination attempts from jealous Manguses who might or may not try and steal your command seals. Or
also, so that you can spend a
3,
bunch of time getting used to your servant, learning what they can do, getting their trust, getting their true name, and not to mention significantly increasing your mana capacity by just every day shoving as much mana into your servant as possible.
Exactly. Also, and that doesn't quite technically work as you are sort of limited by your magic circuit limit, but
well,
regardless,
yes, but you can improve your magic circuits by continuing to use them.
That is fair enough. And then
so if you just every day were like, let's just
3,
shove the max amount.
Enter yourself into a harem. What do you do? If you chose option number 2, then you are correct in your choice. If you chose option number 3, congratulations, you're a dumbass. And if you chose option number 1, congratulations, you are an unimaginative piece of shit who does not deserve 400 people telling you they enjoyed your story.
Yes.
Right. Now, with that being said, and with us approaching the 13-minute mark, I'm just going to pull up a just fucking dumb story. So we got some Lord of the Rings and some Mass Effect fanfiction here.
Oh, Jesus, that's such a
we already
bad
covered
idea.
Ruby, but we didn't really cover Ruby, so I guess I could do a Ruby fiction.
No, if we're aiming for as dumb as possible, let's just do that Lord of the Rings one.
There's a
like,
couple.
it doesn't get much.
We got X-Men Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter Lord of the Rings, Naruto Lord of the Rings, we got Lord of the Rings. We got a fucking author on here. Jesus Christ, I must have hated this guy.
What?
Sneaky apparently hated
I
someone
don't even
so
just
much.
have his fanfic, I just have the whole fucking author here.
Oh. Huh.
Yes, well done. Well done, Slytherin, well done. However, your story is now on the fuck you list.
So I'm just gonna close my eyes and randomly move my mouse up and down.
That sounds like a really stupid idea.
This one. Mutants in Middle Earth.
Oh, that's Listen,
right.
guys, I know it doesn't seem like it, but Lord of the Rings was written by a guy who was really, really good at what he did.
Yes.
And what he liked writing about was people walking.
But
Okay,
he was also a very accomplished author who was really good at this little thing called balance.
These people know what balance is the same way Ice Frog knows what balance is.
No, I do have to quote ERB on this one. Lord of the Rings is the sort of story where you know where the plot's going to go by page in age 5.
Yes. I'm not saying it isn't.
Yeah.
But he does a reasonably good job of presenting reasons why certain things do not occur. Why are the men putting up with Sauron? They don't have a whole lot of a fucking choice.
Fair enough.
Also, I've been trying to read the Lord of the Rings books, and
They are not an easy read.
No, they are not.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'd been his editor, I would have quit by the end of the first manuscript.
Oh yeah.
No, Max, remember, there wasn't a first manuscript. Remember, Tolkien thunked it down on his editor's desk as a fucking Encyclopedia Britannica, essentially.
Right. Like, I can appreciate the amount of world building that man does, but
I just had the image of Tolkien just like walking up to his editor and just slamming down a giant book on his desk. He's like, "The fuck is this? This is my new story.
This is my new story."
Yeah.
Tolkien, this is 7,000 pages long. Yeah, it's my new story. Tolkien, no.
Tolkien, yes.
This is my first book.
No.
This is books 1 to 3.
Well, no. Again, it wasn't even separated as books 1 through 3. It was just, this is the entire story.
No, I meant that's what the editor would have said.
Mutants in Middle-earth, the War of the Ring. My name is Catherine Ann Pride, a.k.a. Shadowcat. And this is the story of how I ended up in the fantastical land called Middle-earth. And this is how they happened to fight against the Sentinels to save my life and the life of other mutants. And now I fight against an insane...
Why did they have to bring Kitty Pryde into it? See, they've made me angry by picking my favorite X-Men.
I fight now against an insane, named Sauron, for saving the lives of the inhabitants of Middle-earth and mine. Reading and reviews, welcome.
Also, here's the thing. Out of all the X-Men you picked, you did make the correct choice.
I gotta say,
smart in that you picked Kitty Pryde, because Kitty Pryde won't actually change the story. But the problem is, you've ruined the point of it. In that Kitty Pryde can't change the story.
Yeah. It's a non-listed crossover in 2017, so you can't even say that you couldn't list it as an X-Men Lord of the Rings crossover. B, it's 50 chapters with 250,000 words. And you manage to accumulate. And by the way, it's not even like they dumped it all at once or like the span of a couple months either. No, this was dragged out between February of 2017 and August of 2018.
Oh, so is it complete?
Yes, it's complete.
It is complete. So
nearly 2 years. Over the course of 2 years, they updated this story 50 times and only received 36 favorites. When that occurs, I call that being ratioed, which means either your story is so fucking dumb that nobody wants to read it, or you're posting in the wrong section. But being that you have 66 reviews and only 36 favorites, that means you have a dedicated fan base of no one.
Indeed.
Let's see some of the reviews. Hi, this seems to be an interesting story. However, I wonder if you're a native English speaker due to the way that you have written this story. I have to admit, it's exceedingly difficult and painful to read, which is sad because I think your story is interesting. Maybe you should ask for a beta? It might help you a lot and be easier to read for the rest of us. I'm not trying to discourage you. It's a wonderful story.
That's okay. Don't worry. The rest of us are trying to discourage you.
I have to give it up because it's just too hard for me. See,
I actually kind of hate this. So this is something that English teachers used to say. I don't know about you guys, but in my school, English teachers used to say it's called the criticism sandwich, where you give someone a compliment, give someone criticism, and then you give them a compliment.
Yes, it was said literally the same exact way.
Yeah. And I don't like that. I think that's stupid. Depending on your disposition and how you feel about the story, you should either lead with the criticism or lead with the compliments. I do not, however, say you shouldn't compliment the story if there is something to compliment about it. I remember specific stories that I've reviewed before where I was just like, I hate every fucking part of this story. I think that the plot's stupid as hell and contrived. I hate the characters, and I hate all this and X, Y, and Z. But I have to say your world building is exceedingly good. Because the world building somehow was actually good and consistent. And they spelled everything correctly. And it was all grammatically made sense and read very well. But I just hated everything else about it. And so I told them all that, and then I told them that I liked the other parts that I did like. And they actually responded to me and they said, hey, I appreciate your criticism of this story. It lets me know what I have to work on. I didn't have to couch it. I didn't have to be like, oh, your story is fantastic, but I think you could use some help with grammar. But your story is great. I don't want to discourage you. It's like, you know, fuck off with that. Fuck off with that. Just, your story sucks. Its grammar is terrible. I can't fucking read it because it's so goddamn awful. You might have had a good idea here somewhere, but it's so fucking buried in mistakes that I can't even get to it. Don't fucking couch it. Oh, it's great, it's fantastic. I couldn't read it, however, but it's definitely good.
They didn't say they couldn't read it. They said it was painful to read. There's a difference.
But they had to give up halfway through. They
That's true.
said that. They said that they give up halfway through. So yes, they couldn't read it. I couldn't read your entire story, but it's great and wonderful. No, miss me.
In other words, it made me want to vomit.
Another person says, whoever wrote this likely thinks and believes that the modern mainstream media lies about capitalism being evil. Saying capitalism is evil is about as relevant as saying numbers and math are evil, which doesn't compute. On Reddit,
I am so confused. What is going on?
How did this become about that? What?
On Reddit.
Call me crazy, but I missed the part where I kind of missed the part of the X-Men where Kitty Pryde became a goddamn commie.
Okay, this is in chapter 1. I guess we have to read chapter 1 now.
I mean, do we? We could just ask the question: is Kitty Pryde a communist?
Okay, so it looks like a 900% of the reviews are, hi, I like this story, but we can tell English isn't your first language because of how fucking unreadable it is. Chapter 9. I tried to read through it until now, but I have to quit here. It's written in such a way to indicate the author has no more than an 8th grade education with no idea what they are doing. Quite a few words are used here which are completely incorrect, as the author does not use them correctly as they think they are. It also shows clearly whoever is behind the keyboard has no knowledge of Lord of the Rings or X-Men.
Oh!
And it seems more like they are merely repeating things that they heard somewhere from somewhere else. This is barely legible. I can't understand much of this.
Everyone in this room is stupider for having read your post.
Okay, clearly we should shelve this for the Tuesday stream then.
No, this is just fucking dumb. This isn't supposed to be like a serious takedown introspection on this fic. It's supposed to be us sitting here and going, Jesus fucking Christ, this is stupid.
I mean, that's a lot of our streams.
Yeah, but I like to actually couch it in, like, education and teaching moments. As bare as they are.
But the just fucking dumb section is not even this like, hey guys, you can learn from this. It's more like, hey guys, if you do this,
Don't
die.
Cease. Just stop.
If you do any of this, stop immediately.
Author's note! Hey guys! I had a crazy idea of writing a crossover between two things as something that might have nothing to do with each other, but since it has not left me alone, it is spinning in my head the whole time. I tried to finish writing it. Now you're likely wondering what the themes are. It's Lord of the Rings and X-Men. No relation between both, right? But anyway, according to a couple crossovers, so what drives me is that I'm not crazy as I might think. And well, we're all crazy in our genius. But therefore, I ask for understanding by my madness and will also be very grateful for
you
your
receive
review.
no understanding.
You receive no.
Only
you
hate.
You will get nothing. You will get nothing from us but disdain.
I want to make a couple of warnings before we begin. The characters are by the brilliant author of Tolkien. And the central characters, because there will be two, are chosen from X-Men. Kitty Pryde, aka Shadowcat, will mostly have her skills based on her mutation, but also other abilities thanks to Ogun and Wolverine.
Almost won't appear. What?
There'll be two other characters from X-Men, perhaps not well known, Mero and Avalanche. I think the most important part here, though, is I may end up being a little bit Mary Sue. I will try not to be, but I'm just warning you.
Tension. Neither of those means that Kitty was a commie, though. Because first of all, I'm pretty sure Logan would just murder any communist.
I'm going to be a communist in the United States of America. Logan just puts his hand on their shoulder. Allow me to tell you about Nam.
No, puts hand on shoulder, extends claws into brain.
Solution.
I don't think he'd do that to Kitty though. That's
it really depends on what iteration of Logan we're talking about.
Yeah, also
true.
how long he's known Kitty.
The pain is unbearable.
Known him for like.
Well, no, because I mean, there's a point where he's basically like, Kitty Pryde is my child. Do not touch her.
This is my child, and you shall not touch my child.
Because of that line right there, I just have to pull up the relevant section. Yes, here we go. Alright. Now just boost that up and
You were poisoned! Oh, the pain is unbearable! My stomach.
not relevant to anyone listening. It is relevant to the people listening to the stream, not relevant to anyone not listening to the stream. Because you didn't hear what I just played. I've already forgotten what one of ours can do. So long have I have fought against beings that I would never in my life have believed existed. However, I have to keep going. I have to keep fighting. I have to beat him, because if I do not beat him, this will be the end, not only for the place where I have been and my friends, but also mine.
Sorry,
What?
I am so very confused, by the way.
Hey, comrade, you must elucidate your statements.
Comrade, put the vodka down, please.
Put the vodka down, Ivan. You're not making much sense now.
Ivan, put the vodka down. You are not making any sense.
That's not Russian. That's more German.
No, I was trying to be very angry.
No, with angry Russian, you have to sound like you're going to tear out the throat.
No. That's a Russian thing. Ivan, put down the vodka. You are not making any sense.
Remember, Ivan, if you lose your gun, then your comrade will pick it up and shoot you in the back. After all, you're the one carrying the ammo.
No, his friend's carrying the ammo.
That's the joke.
Blah, blah, blah. I will not allow a mutant to end my life. Blah, blah, blah. Sentinels. Blah, blah. I will never surrender. Not even the Lord of Mordor will kill me. Blah, blah, blah. Yet you ask me who I am. I will tell you who I am. My name is Catherine Ann Pride. I am also called Shadowcat. And this is the story how I ended up in a fantastical land called Middle-earth, and how I happened to fight against Sentinels to save my life and the others of mutant sex to me. And I fight now against the madman named Sauron to save the lives of the inhabitants of Middle-earth. And I can assure you that it does not make me any fun to think that I will die in the hands of a madman like the Honor of Mordor.
I don't get it.
And that's the end of the chapter.
What?
Yep, that's it.
What?
Thank God.
I
What the fuck?
I think I think I figured out why nobody fucking read the story.
Because it's fucking
The
incomprehensible.
author's note is twice the size of the actual fucking chapter.
Oh, I thought it was just because it was incomprehensible.
Oh, I mean that too, but it was. Well, it is 9 o'clock and I am sobering up, which means unfortunately it is time to call an end to this fantastical fanfiction podcast called Fanfiction 9002.
Yay.
Oh, by the way, this is Sneaky. I showed my boss our show today. I showed them the clip of you falling out of the chair.
Oh yes.
They loved it.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Subscribe now for more Sneaky falling out of chairs.
Excuse you. I am a master chair sitter, and I took the perk that stopped me from falling out of them.
No, I'm fairly certain you didn't.
Did you put little safety rails up on your chair, Sneaky?
No, actually, I'm sitting on a stool now because after that chair broke, I didn't have enough money to replace it, so I bought a $20 stool.
That is
Well,
even
I know
more
what
dangerous.
Where do you live? Don't tell me now, but tell me later.
I live in Vermont.
I'm still sending you a Christmas present.
Oh.
In June. Don't ask me questions.
What? No, cease. No.
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 Yes.
Anyway, if you enjoyed this podcast, I beseech you, tell your friends and anyone else interested in fanfiction, and just spread the word as far and wide as you possibly can, because the more people that show up, the less bad fanfiction I have to read, and the more I can spend time answering questions and actually teaching how to write shit.
And or verbally shitposting.
Yeah, that too. It's a slowly progressing art. But until that point, we will be here every single Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I am Sneaky Devil, and there is always more, and it always gets worse.